Welcome back Mac and PC Prime video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the latest version of macOS Sequoia on your Windows PC. Now here are the requirements. First, we need a macOS Sequoia installer file. Second, we need a Transmac app. 3, we need an OpenCore EFI configuration file. 4, we need Explorer++. 5, we need a partition wizard. 6, and we also need a 32GB flash drive. Now, I'll provide links to each and every one of these files in the video description. Now, the next thing we're going to do is check the processor we are using in order to know what EFI configuration file to download. And under the CPU, you can see I'm using a Core i7-490, which means this is a 4th gen Intel processor. And 4th gen processors are called Haswell. So you should find out what processor you're using and the code name associated with it. Now, let's say to a browser and download the required files. So the first thing you're going to download is macOS Sequoia installer file. I'll provide a link to this page in the video description as well. And we can just click on Download Sequoia right here. And it should take you to Media File. The file size is around 16.7 gigabytes. So just click on Download and you should start downloading. Next, we are going to download Transmac. And this is what we're going to use to create a bootable disk. So click on Transmac and I click on Download Transmac. Now I'm going to guide you step by step, so make sure you follow everything. Now the next thing you have to do is install so we can flash our installer file into our flash drive. So let's install Transmac. Run Transmac 15 days trial. If you have selected your pen drive and opened it, do you want to restart Transmac as administrator? Click on Yes. Now right-click on the flash drive and select Restore with Disk Image. Are you sure you want to continue? Click on Yes. Restore disk image to drive. From File, and then look at your download folder and select macOS Sequoia installer file, which is right here. Are you sure you want to continue? Click on Yes. Now this should take around 15 to 20 minutes. It all depends on the read and write speed of your flash drive. Now while this is running, we can work on other things. Next, we're going to download. We need to partition wizard. Click on the link to partitionwizard.com. Click on Download Now. Now, let's install Mini-Tool Partition Wizard. Select the language. Continue. We are going with the free version to continue installing the free edition. And you start downloading. Now, one last thing we haven't downloaded is our OpenCore EFI configuration file. And you can get it from the Olarila site. In this case, I'm using Haswell, which is a 4th gen Intel processor. And that was what we checked earlier. So I'm going to click on the download. This is for 4th and 5th gen. Now click on Finish to launch. So right here we can see the disk on our PC Disk 1 and Disk 2. So if you look closely, you can see Disk 2. Right here has an icon for removable drive. This is a 64GB flash drive. And if we check, we can see a partition called EFI here, which is a boot partition on our flash drive. So let's right-click on the EFI partition, and then we are going to hide the partition. And again, let's right-click on the EFI partition, and then we are going to unhide the partition. So you can remember, OK, and then click on Apply. Yes, click on OK. Now we can close. Next, we are also going to download Explorer++. Click on the link to explorerplus.com. Click on Download 64-bit. Next, we have to copy the EFI from the download folder to the EFI partition of our flash drive. And to do that, we need Explorer++. So let's extract Explorer++, open the extracted folder, right-click on Explorer++ application, and run as administrator. Now, you should find EFI with the label F right here, which is the label we assigned to the bootable part of our flash drive. So let's open it and then delete everything inside. Now locate you. Download FE file. From here, click on Zip Extract the file. Desktop. Now the EFI folder, and then copy this EFI right here. Now go to this PC and then look at the EFI-F disk. And then we can paste it there. So this is how it should look like. If we open the EFI folder, we should find a boot. And OC, now you can close Explore++. Now we can close this. Restart our PC and install the installation. Now let's boot into our BIOS. Intel motherboard, press the F2 key immediately after turning on your computer. Now go to boot settings and disable fast boots. Also disable secure boot. Next we go to storage configuration on the advanced settings and set the SATA mode to AHCI. And then finally we can set the boot option 1 to our flash drive. And now we can save changes and then reboot. First, select Install macOS Sequoia. Now, select the language and continue. Go to Disk Utility so we can erase the drive and then install macOS. Now, if you look up there, you should find our hard drive right there. Now, we're going to click on it and then erase, and then give it the name. You're going to call this Mac HD. Now set the format to APFS. That is the format macOS would recognize. Let set to APFs and then erase. Now we can click on Done. Let's close this page. Now we're going to select Install macOS Sequoia and then Continue. Continue again. Now agree to the terms of service and continue. Now select the drive Erase Earlier and then continue to begin the installation. Now this installation should take around 30 minutes or an hour. It may restart severely by installing, but you just have to wait. And finally, the installation is complete. Now we can set our language, set our country or region. You can set everything else based on your personal preference. Now let's ignore Apple signing for now until we are done with the setup. Now let's go to About This Mac. Now you can see this is Mac Pro 2019 4 GHz Intel Core i7. Intel graphics are showing only 7 megabytes. Now let's close this one last scene. Go to the desktop, open the ESP mounter, and mount the EFI to our main drive. And mount the EFI of our flash drive contains the boot files. So this is EFI on our main drive. Move to trash. We have to copy it from our flash drive to our main drive. We can now remove our flash drive and restart our PC. After Hackintosh boots up, to fix this, I am now going to show you how to install OpenCore Legacy Patcher. I have given you the download link below the video on how to download OpenCore Patcher. OpenCore Legacy Patcher, now double-click on it and install it. Now, as you can see, it will ask for your username and password. Type it here and continue. As soon as the installation is complete, you can see where it is. It will be installed within the application. Open OpenCore Legacy Patcher and install the post-install root patch. Look here, it says AMFI is enabled. How do we fix this? Now close Patcher. Go to the desktop, open the ESP mounter, and mount the EFI to our hard drive. Now, if you look at it, it shows a drive called EFI. Let's open it. If you look inside it, it shows a folder called OC. Let's open it. Look here. Right-click on this config list and open it with OC Auxiliary Tools. Now OC Auxiliary Tools is open. In it, click on NVRAM and click on the third option, Boot Args Value, and let's edit it, Amphi. I've given you this text below the video. Copy it and paste it here with a space and then save it. Then close it and restart the system. Now, once the system boots up, open OpenCore Legacy Patcher and install the post-install root patch. Now, select Start Root Patching here. Now, the patcher has started running. Here, Click System Extension Updated and click OK. Now, the fix has been successfully completed. Now, close OpenCore Legacy Patcher and restart the system. Now, once the system boots, let's go. About this Mac, and see here it shows Intel HD graphics 4600 1536 megabyte size. Intel HD graphics has been successfully fixed. Similarly, any Intel graphics can be fixed. If this video is helpful, kindly the subscribe button and your notification. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.